Most traders open an order flow chart and immediately get overwhelmed. They see delta, CVD, footprint numbers, volume profile, absorption, aggressive buying, aggressive selling, trapped traders, liquidity sweeps, and large volume bubbles. The problem is not the order flow is useless. The problem is that most traders are trying to read everything at once. That usually leads to hesitation, overtrading, and forcing trades in the middle of the range. The large volume trade indicator can help simplify that, not because it predicts the market, and not because a big green bubble means buy or a big red bubble means sell, but because it shows where meaningful size is actually participating. And when you combine that with structure, value, and location, it helps you answer a much better question. Is size accepting this area, rejecting this area, or getting trapped? That is where the indicator becomes useful. The large volume trade indicator highlights unusually large trades as they hit the tape. On futures markets like NQ and ES, this can help you quickly identify where the larger participation is showing up. Instead of processing every transaction, the indicator filters the tape and marks areas where the volume appears with more significance. Usually, green bubbles represent large buying activity, and red bubbles represent large selling activity. But this is where traders make the first major mistake. A large green bubble does not automatically mean bullish, and a large red bubble does not automatically mean bearish. Order flow only matters when it is read in context. The real question is, where did the size appear? Was it at value high? Was it at value low? Was it near POC or VWAP? Was it near a prior high or low? Was it after a liquidity sweep? And most importantly, did price continue or did it immediately fail? That is how this becomes an order flow shortcut. It does not replace auction logic. It helps you focus your attention on the parts of the auction that truly matter. In fast markets like NQ, the tape can feel unreadable. By the time a trader processes the footprint, delta, shift, absorption, and structure, the trade may already be gone. The large volume trade indicator reduces complexity by answering one question quickly. Where's aggressive participation showing up? That matters because markets are auctions. Price rotates around value until value migrates. When large volume appears at important structural locations, it can reveal whether participants are accepting new prices or rejecting them. For example, if NQ pushes high above value high and large buying appears, most traders immediately think breakout. But the professional question is different. Did that buying create acceptance? If price cannot hold above value high after large buyers participate, those buyers may be trapped. That can create a failed auction, and a failed auction at a structural extreme is often more useful than chasing the initial breakout. So the indicator is not a signal, it is a shortcut to participant behavior. Here are the three best uses. There are three useful ways to think about this indicator, not as entries, not as automatic signals, but as confirmation tools. First, rejection. If price tests value low, prior session low, or another important level, and large sellers appear, many traders assume more downside. But if price stops going lower, rotates it back above the level, and sellers cannot gain continuation, that large selling may become trapped aggression. That is no longer clean weakness. That is potential fuel for a reversal. The shortcut is simple. Large volume into a level, followed by failure to continue, can signal rejection. Second, acceptance. Sometimes large volume appears and price does continue. If NQ breaks above a high, pulls back, and holds above value, and large buying appears again with continuation, that suggests buyers may be accepting higher prices. That is very different from a failed breakout. Acceptance means the auction is comfortable doing business in a new area. The question is not whether price is high or low. The question is whether higher or lower prices are being accepted. Third, trapped traders. This is where the indicator can be extremely useful. If a cluster of large green bubbles appears near the high of a move, but price cannot continue and rotates back inside the prior range, those buyers may now be trapped. Their invalidation becomes fuel. Their exits become selling pressure. If sellers aggressively hit the bid into a structural low, but price fails to continue lower and reclaims the area, those sellers are vulnerable. That is why failed auctions can move aggressively. It is not magic, it is positioning. Hey, before we go further, comment accepted if you want a follow-up breakdown on how to tell the difference between large volume that confirms continuation and large volume that traps traders. That distinction is where most order flow traders either gain structure or start reacting to noise. Okay, so this is applying it to the chart. On this NQ chart, we have a visible volume profile, value areas, VWAP, moving average references, and large green and red trade bubbles around important parts of the structure. The key is not to read every bubble equally. That is where traders get lost. A large trade in the middle of value is usually less important. Why is that? Well, because the middle of value is where two-sided trade is expected. That is where price is rotating. That is where trade location is often poor. But large trades near value high, value low, session extremes, prior breakdown areas, or reclaim levels are much more useful. Look at the lower portion of the chart. Price drives down, large sellers appear, and then the market fails to continue lower. That matters. Sellers were active, but price did not sustain the move. Then price begins reclaiming back toward value. Now the trader has something actionable. Not a prediction, but a framework. The long idea is not, large sellers appeared, so buy. The idea is, price tested lower, large sellers participated, continuation failed, price began to reclaim structure. If the market holds above the reclaim area, trapped sellers may become fuel back toward the next target magnet. The target magnet could be VWAP, value low, POC, value high, or a prior high volume area depending on the session structure. That is professional order flow thinking. Location first, behavior second, execution third. So what most traders get wrong? Most traders misuse large volume indicators in two ways. The first mistake is chasing. They see large green bubble and buy immediately, or they see a large red bubble and short immediately. That is not order flow trading. That is reacting to color. A large buyer can be the last buyer before a reversal, and a large seller can be the last seller before a squeeze. The second mistake is ignoring location. A large trade in the middle of balance does not have the same meaning as a large trade at value area high or value area low. Mid-range trades are often low quality because invalidation is unclear and targets are usually limited. That is why the trading on the edge framework always comes back to structure. Where is value? Where is price relative to value? Is the market balancing or imbalancing? Are extremes being accepted or rejected? Where is the clean invalidation? Where are the logical target magnets? The indicator is useful only when it helps answer those questions faster. So here's a simple framework for using the large volume trade indicator. Step 1. Identify the structural location. Are we at VAH, VAL, POC, VWAP, prior high or low, an LVN, or a failed auction area? Step 2. Watch where large volume appears. Is size participating at an extreme, in the middle of value, or during a breakout attempt? Step 3. Ask whether price accepted or rejected that activity. Did price continue after the large trades appeared, or did price stall, rotate, and move against the aggressive participants? Step 4. Wait for confirmation. That could be a reclaim, a failed breakdown, a failed breakout, a retest that holds, or a rotation back through value. Step 5. Define structural invalidation. The trade should be wrong because the auction proves acceptance against your idea, not because you feel uncomfortable, because the structure failed. Step 6. Target logical magnets like VWAP, POC, VAH, VAL, prior highs, prior lows, HVNs, or LVNs. That is how a large volume indicator becomes useful. It compresses the tape, but the framework still makes the decision. Okay, so why this helps prop firm and small account traders. For prop firm traders and small futures accounts, the biggest problem is usually not finding trades. It is filtering trades. The large volume trade indicator can help you because it keeps your attention on meaningful participation, but only if you use it correctly. The goal is not more trades. The goal is better trades. Cleaner location, cleaner invalidation, cleaner target logic, lower variance, and better avoidance of chop. This matters because capital preservation comes first. Especially in NQNDS, one or two impulsive trades in the middle of value can damage an otherwise good day. The indicator should help you avoid random execution and not encourage it. If large trade appears in the middle of balance and there is no clean structure, that may simply be information, not a trade. Professional traders do not need to participate in every burst of volume. They need to participate when volume appears at a location where the risk and reward are asymmetric. Comment structure if you want me to break down a full NQ or ES example using value, large volume trades, invalidation, and target magnets from start to finish. Not a hindsight signal review, but a structured execution model. Okay, here's the key takeaway. The large volume trade indicator is not a magic entry tool. It is not a buy or sell signal, and is not a replacement for volume profile, value, VWAP, structure, or auction logic. What it is, its real value is that it can act as an order flow shortcut. It helps you quickly see where meaningful aggression appeared. Then the real question becomes, did the aggression create acceptance or did it fail? Did it trap traders? Did it confirm a structural level? Did it create a clean trade with logical invalidation and a target magnet? That is the difference between using order flow professionally and reacting to noise. The indicator shows where participation is actually occurring. The auction tells you whether the participation matters. Now, if you want to go deeper into this framework, this is exactly the type of logic I break down in my book, Trading on the Edge, available on Amazon. This free YouTube content gives you focused lessons. The book gives you the full operating model behind them, like value, structure, auction behavior, order flow confirmation, invalidation, targets, and risk. It is designed as an affordable, professional futures trading resource, not another expensive trading course. And after this video, go back through one of your very own futures charts and mark every large volume trade near value area high, value area low, VWAP, POC, and session extremes. Then ask one question for each one. Was that volume accepted, rejected, or trapped? This exercise alone will improve how you read order flow. And if you want the complete framework behind this type of execution, use Trading on the Edge as the operating model while you continue through this channel. All right, please make sure you like and subscribe and comment below. Thank you. I'll see you in the next one.